Classical music written before the 1880s was written in an era whose audiences were completely unaccustomed to listening to concerts in silence. This includes most of the classical music we listen to today. Just like I mentioned in the opera talk, audiences did all kinds of things during the performance: walk around, talk, eat, and in the case of Mozart, it's generally believed that he didn't have the attention span to sit silently through an entire opera or an entire symphony even. Even if he would have been able to, he certainly wouldn't have wanted to. The big change is believed to have taken place in 1882 in Germany at the premiere of one of Richard Wagner's operas. I haven't done a video about Wagner yet, but Wagner was this larger-than-life character. He was incredibly selfish. He radiated power, but most of all, arrogance. And he truly believed his music should be worshipped. Even Wagner didn't want his audiences to remain completely silent during performances. At the premiere in 1882, he did go out on stage and he announced that the performers would not be coming out to bow in between sections of the opera. He found it to be too disruptive for that particular opera. And the audience misunderstood him. Somehow they took that to mean that they should not be applauding between the sections, and in fact that they shouldn't be making any noise whatsoever. Wagner hated it. He went home that night to his wife all upset, and he told her that because the audience didn't react, he had no idea which sections of the opera they liked and didn't like. When the word got out that audiences remained completely silent for Wagner's performances, other composers from Germany and Austria wanted this special treatment as well. Gustav Mahler went one step further. He actually hired audience patrols to watch his crowds and to make sure they didn't make any noise. Not only did Wagner not like this new trend, but audiences were opposed to it as well. However, within a decade or two, it became, in people's eyes, the mark of a sophisticated audience. For me, this is a fascinating story. This trend of silence got started by mistake. But what really shocks me is that the musicians of the time then began to enforce this new standard of silence during performances of music written by composers who had died 100 years before, some of them who had written particular sections of music just to get a reaction from the crowd. And this new standard of audience behavior has been in practice ever since.